In 2021, the James Webb Telescope, the incredible astronomical observatory, is launched into space. Expectations were high, but as you'd expect, it didn't disappoint. As we enter the second half of the year, 2023 has always been rich in discoveries, and thanks to the telescope, mankind has reached a new milestone in the exploration of the universe. In this video, we take a look at the most outstanding discoveries made in 2023, and how they've turned our perception of the universe upside down. But let's return to the premise for a moment. James Webb was launched in 2021 to replace the Hubble telescope. Operational since July 2022, it's located some 1.5 million kilometers from Earth. Compared with its predecessor, it'll enable us to see celestial bodies that are much farther away, much older, and much fainter in luminosity. It's equipped with high-performance mirrors and infrared-sensitive instruments, enabling it to observe the universe with unrivaled clarity and precision. Its mission is scheduled to last 5 years, but could be extended to 10. Its main objectives are to observe the first galaxies that appeared just after the Big Bang, to study exoplanets and their atmospheres, and to analyze the Sagittarius A-star black hole at the center of our galaxy. Now that you understand a little more about the James Webb Telescope, let's take a look at its most incredible discoveries. Our first discovery was made in February, and it calls into question the very principle of galaxy formation. Can you believe it? The telescope discovered 6 massive galaxies that formed very shortly after the Big Bang. This is extraordinary, as it is incompatible with the theories of current cosmology models proposed by the scientific community. More precisely, it's the size of these galaxies that has taken us by surprise, as they're much larger than would be expected for galaxies of this age. While the Big Bang took place 13.8 billion years ago, these galaxies would have formed around 600 million years later. According to the researchers, galaxies of this age should be 10 to 100 times smaller in terms of the number of stars they contain. Yet one of them would contain up to 100 billion stars, while our own galaxy took 13.8 billion years to form this quantity of stars. It would have taken 600 million years, so its production is 20 times faster. The researchers analyzed the first color images captured by the telescope. Thanks to the NIR CAM instrument and its powerful infrared vision, the telescope can see very distant galaxies. This phenomenon is called the redshift, and is caused by the expansion of the universe, which carries blue and ultraviolet light from the first galaxies into the red and infrared. So we need an infrared telescope, and that's something new offered by James Webb. In fact, his predecessor, Hubble, was not equipped with this technology, so he couldn't see these types of galaxies, which were invisible to it. And yet, this technology is so important, because it's a wavelength that's invisible to the human eye, but whose observation allows us to go way back into the past. As we told you earlier in this case, these observations run counter to current cosmological models and the laws of physics that were thought to have existed at the beginning of the universe. Indeed, it was thought that the galaxies first appear as small clouds of stars and dust that gradually expand over time. While we thought we were discovering tiny, undeveloped galaxies at this remote time in the early universe, James Webb has shown us that we still have a lot to discover. The news was announced by a group of scientists in the scientific magazine Nature, and they are now carrying out more in-depth analysis to get a more precise idea of their distance, age, and composition. Indeed, further analysis is needed to see whether they are composed mainly of stars, or whether they contain active black holes. The latter are more luminous than stars, so if these galaxies include active black holes rather than stars, their luminosity will be greater than their actual mass. To be continued. A few weeks later, in March 2023, the telescope discovered an Earth-cousin exoplanet. This was thanks to a Franco-American team who measured the heat given off by one of the planets orbiting the red dwarf star TRAPPIST-1. The star is called TRAPPIST-1b, and light has been detected, a major first. What's more, it's both rocky and relatively temperate, like our planet. It has a mass equivalent to the Earth, and is located just over 40 light-years away. In the constellation Aquarius, TRAPPIST-1, on the other hand, is smaller and cooler than our Sun. The team is made of 3 Frenchmen, all members of the CEA. Once again, the discovery was made using the infrared capabilities of the telescope, and in particular its MIRI instrument. This time, the scientists used the technique of secondary eclipse photometry, which consists in observing the star when it's no longer in transit in front of its star, night-facing towards the Earth, but on its side, showing as much of its day-facing side as possible before disappearing behind the star, as one of the scientists explained. This is a very promising discovery, especially for such a small, dimly lit planet. Unfortunately, after extensive research, scientists believe that the exoplanet TRAPPIST-1b has no or no longer any atmosphere. Despite this, these initial results are important, particularly for the study of other planets around TRAPPIST-1, which are located in the habitable zone and therefore offer more favorable conditions for the appearance of life as we know it on Earth. That's why this discovery is a major step forward in the search for exoplanets. In May of this year, James Webb continued its astonishing discoveries. Water was spotted on a comet. The comet is surrounded by water vapor and is part of the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. To do this, the researchers used the NIR SPEC instrument, also known as the Near-Infrared Spectrograph, which is the first spectrograph in space with multi-object capability, making it possible to simultaneously obtain the spectra of over 100 objects, such as stars and galaxies. Of course, this isn't the first time a comet has been discovered. But the game changer this time is that we now know with certainty that ice-laden comets crisscross this region of the solar system. In fact, scientists previously thought that this type of comet came from the Kuiper belt and the Oort cloud, beyond the orbit of Neptune. This could possibly explain the presence of water on Earth. How crazy is that? Shortly afterwards, in June, the scientific journal Nature once again reported the discovery of the methyl cation. Around 1350 light-years away from the planet, the molecule was found in the Orion Nebula, which is home to a protoplanetary disk, known as D203506. This disk is made of gas and dust, heated to 1,000 degrees, and surrounding a star 5 to 10 times lighter than the Sun. Hardly detectable, it's a real breakthrough in the world of science. The methyl cation enables complex organic molecules to be formed from carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. It's therefore essential for understanding interstellar chemistry. And, as with the exoplanet, it was discovered thanks to the telescope's MIRI instrument. Stars were in the vicinity of the comet, and their heat caused it to vibrate and radiate in the infrared. So the molecule was spotted. Now you know all about the telescope's latest discoveries. But that's not all. The telescope also regularly offers magnificent photos, many of which have never been seen before, such as July 12, 2023. To celebrate its first year of operation, NASA has published a new photo showing a region of gas and dust, home to young stars in formation. Now that's something. Almost a year after James Webb began its research, we can say with certainty that it has truly marked a new era in astronomy. By peering into the furthest corners of the universe, it offers us an unprecedented glimpse of distant galaxies, nebulae, and potentially habitable exoplanets. The incredible discoveries made by the James Webb Telescope in 2023 have not only pushed back the boundaries of our knowledge of the universe, they've also raised fascinating new questions. However, the work of the James Webb Telescope is far from over. As it continues to explore the infinite, it still has plenty of surprises in store for us.